Welcome back. Let's start with what AWS is. Essentially, AWS is a cloud service provider. There are other cloud service providers as well. For example, Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud are the famous ones. AWS is a cloud service provider. Its architectural underpinning is based on cloud computing. Cloud computing is so pervasive nowadays that if we pay a little attention, we can find so many examples of it in real life. To give you a general idea about cloud computing, the word cloud in cloud computing is used as a metaphor for the internet. Thus, the term cloud computing refers to internet-based computing. In cloud computing, computing resources such as servers, storage, networks, and software applications are delivered over the internet. Now we know that AWS is a cloud service provider. In other words, AWS provides services over the internet. In a broader term, AWS provides almost all kinds of services, such as infrastructure, platforms, software, analytics, machine learning, and many other types of services over the internet. To understand what AWS is, let's see some interesting use cases of AWS. Did you know that Netflix is streaming videos worldwide with low latency? Netflix is using AWS to achieve low latency performance. Have you ever wondered how Twitter can scale its distribution of content worldwide? Twitter is using the AWS platform to scale its distribution worldwide. Did you know how NFL is leveraging AI and machine learning to predict and prevent injury in games? NFL is leveraging AWS machine learning and AI services to predict and prevent injury in games. Now, we have seen a few use cases of AWS. Let's continue further on what AWS is. Let's talk about AWS in terms of its customers. AWS has over 1 million customers all over the world. Talking about companies that are using AWS, here are some well-known organizations having big spending on AWS: Facebook, BBC News, ESPN, LinkedIn, GE, and Apple. Let's see how AWS compares with the other cloud providers. This is a Gartner chart of 2020. It gives a clear picture of different cloud providers in terms of completeness of vision and ability to execute. In this chart, the x-axis represents completeness of vision, and the y-axis represents ability to execute. You can notice Amazon Web Services is the leader on both axes. Microsoft is on the second, and Google is on the third. And other cloud providers such as Oracle and IBM are way behind. This was a brief introduction to what AWS is.